thing. Yeah. Take in your 2 minutes. I'll just fill my cup and bring it handy. Okay, good. Adjust the camera. Oh no. I say oh no because these puppies, you know, Rachel's not here, but to watch, she loves to watch not do the yoga, just watch the videos and see what the dogs are doing. And they've just been crazy last few days. So hopefully they'll be a little bit more calm. Feel into our calm energy. All right. So take your comfortable seat. And let's start with the hands somewhere on your thighs or anything that just needs a little bit of welcoming. I'm going to just rub the knees a little bit. Warm the knee. Oh, okay. Here we go. I feel all of this stuff just downloads in my head. I'm going to take the palms together. Good. And then we'll just switch and just give your little arms, your forearms, your upper arms, your shoulders. Just walk your hands up and down. And then the palms come together. We switch. A little bit of this. And then we'll do a little chest. Tarzan-y, gorilla-y tapping around. And feel free to make some noise if you like. Set your voice. Good. Okay. And then into that, just let your hands rest. And lengthen yourself tall. Close your eyes, release your jaw, bow your chin a little bit, and even take the chin in slightly. So you might even notice you bring the chin in, heart will lift. And then let all of that descend down your back like so much water comes dropping you into the seat. Feel your breath. Okay, we take this seat every class we start and we finish in this sit. Just bring your attention to your sit bones, friends, and notice if one side is a little heavier than the other, and what can you do inside to shift and find balance within. You might even feel the shoulders. You know, there's always one we hold a little bit more tense. Let's see if you can release that. And settling in again, just for a few more breaths of feeling. Sensing. And as you begin this next inhalation, anchor the sit bones, lengthen yourself tall, lift your chin. And as you exhale, bring these hands together in front of your heart, your tender heart, bow your chin. Honoring all that is happening within you, around you, in your real day-to-day life, and globally, locally. And just breathing all of that in and out. No matter what it is, see if you can lift the corners of your mouth a little bit. And then as you begin this next inhalation, anchor the sit bones again, lift your heart, lift your chin. Exhale this breath completely, maybe through your open mouth. And we'll call ourselves home 3 times. Inhale. Bow your chin, pause here. And on your next exhale, release your hands to your thighs. As you inhale, lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, friends, so we're going to start on your back. And the only props you're going to need is if you want something underneath your head, something for underneath your back, whatever you like to be comfortable. Let's bring the strap and the block nearby. I'm not sure if they're going to feature, but we'll just have them handy. Good. And then be in a place where you can stretch your legs long. Okay. I'm going to put socks on in a moment, not yet. So if you're wearing your socks, it's fine. If you don't have them on, you're fine. We're all fine. Okay, good. And then once you come to lie down, you feel for yourself. If you're ready to stretch your legs long and take a nice lengthening lie down, and go for that. If you need a few moments with your legs bent, do that. Do whatever you need to eventually end up with your legs stretched and your arms out like a T. And then you can just let everything be very heavy. Good. Okay. So just as we just lie here, once we just offer this, you know, we've been working our yoga practice, and everyone who's here, you guys, since the beginning of this pandemic and online Zoom classes are almost at 2 years now, and you have been consistently showing up. So we move from, you know, the physical body into sensing any discomfort, imbalance, and to feeling in. So first we sense it, then we feel it. So here, as you're just lying here, I want you to really feel if you're, you know, the sides of your sacrum, you know where they are evenly weighted on the floor. And if you feel one side heavier than the other, very, very, very normal, then maybe you'll bend your knees and just shift your body a little bit more to the heavier side. See if that changes things, and if not, you know, shift to the lighter side. Just explore. And then once you've settled into, okay, I feel my hips are balanced, then we'll just stretch the legs away. So just come onto the heels, and maybe you anchor the left leg, lift the right leg up, and just stretch it a little bit away, and then do the same with the left side. And then let the feet flop. Once you've done that, feel into your sacrum, your back, the hips. And then feeling as you move your attention up and you sense, are my shoulder blades equally weighted? And if not, you know, shift your ribs, find that equality in the way you're lying. In the dropping of the tops of your shoulders to the floor. Whether or not they touch, obviously they're probably not going to touch, but just feel they're equally relaxing. And then you feel into your head, and that's probably one of the hardest things to sense. And, you know, just notice, you feel maybe your head is tilting a little bit more to one side than the other. This is just simply turning more to the lighter side. So you feel the back of your skull equally weighted. And then just as you are, start to wiggle your fingers, roll your wrists around a couple times, just get some movement in there. And then turn your palms down and claw the floor so you can get longer through your arms. Then once you feel, okay, I got a little bit longer, turn the palms back up and just breathe. Right, okay. Release your jaw, your shoulders, sense into this body, resting and receiving gravity. Bring your hands together at your heart, interlace the fingers, flip the palms, and just press up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, start to take these arms over your head, just get longer. You can start to engage the legs. Press out through the heels. You might even walk your legs longer. You can walk your arms longer. And draw the bottom of your rib cage or your belly, your belly button, whatever makes sense. Draw it down and extend out from there. Okay, one more breath. Let your feet flop. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Bring the palms together. And then open your arms out to the sides. Exhale and rest.
Start to feel the breath expanding. So you sense into your body, feel the breath. And we just do the opposite side. We'll bring your hands together at your heart. Pardon me. Change the interlace of the fingers. Oh, I totally forgot water blessing. It's okay. Press the palms up and then bring them over your head. Feel your breath is your water blessing. You're breathing in the good stuff. Breathing out any tension, any anxiety, anything that's maybe preoccupying your mind space. Just for this moment. Okay. Make yourself nice and long. Stretch yourself in two directions. Draw the midline of your body down to the earth. One more breath. Let your feet flop. Inhale the arms up. Bring the palms together to touch. And exhale, open the arms out to the sides. Good. Okay, bend your knees, feet to the floor. Heel toe your feet nice and wide. And we'll start with Windshield Wiper, just rocking side to side. Just very lovingly. Opening your back, your hips. Might even engage your feet a little bit. So you're rolling, feel yourself rolling from one edge of your feet to the other. Good. Okay, we'll do one more on each side and then let the knees drop over to the right. Maybe the head will turn to the left and receive. So this whole idea of sensing and then feeling. Breathing, releasing, and maybe engaging. If your knees need a little support, engage your feet. Maybe even bring in some of that work of pressing through the inner thighs. Just letting this left front hip crease roll in a little bit. And then inhale, knees up, and exhale over to the left and head to the right. Again, just allowing this to be sensed and felt, received. And we spend our life moving this body in all different ways, even just things you do in your daily life. We never really think about it. It's just automatic movements. So taking this time to connect to the simplicity of your body moving, your breath moving, and what you can do when you pay attention. Be very illuminating. Okay, so engaging yourself in any way here. One more breath. And inhale, come back up to center. Bring the feet together. Bring the right knee into your chest, interlace your fingers, and then extend the left leg if that's okay. And we'll just rock this in and out. Okay, I'm engaging the inseam of the legs and also the outer leg. If that makes sense, do that. And if it doesn't make sense, you're doing just fine. Good. Okay, hug this knee in for a moment. Release your shoulders, your jaw, flex through your feet. And as you inhale, release the leg, take the arms up over the head. Big breath in, stretch, stretch, stretch. And as you exhale, left knee in. And if you need to bend the right leg, you can do that. Take your time. Automatically, I readjust my head and then just rocking this little leg baby in and out. Good. And then being here, whatever that is, engage whatever you need to, or just be soft. One more breath. And then as you inhale, take your arms over your head, extend the legs, stretch yourself nice and long. Good. Bring your arms down by your sides. Let's bend the knees, place the feet on the floor. And walk your feet in a little closer to your hips. I'm just gonna move my water glass because I know I'm gonna kick it. Good. And once you have your feet down, your arms down by your sides, spread your fingers, anchor the upper arms. You might even lift your chest for a moment and then just put it back down. Now find the center line of your waist and just anchor into the earth for a moment. When you do that, you might feel your feet start to engage a little bit. Put a smile on your face. Inhale. And as you exhale, start to lift your hips. And you just can go a little bit. That's all fine. We're going to pull the tail towards the knees just to lengthen the low back. And you might keep going. Some of you might even come up a lot. You might take your arms over your head if you like that. One more breath. And then as you exhale, lower down. If your arms are over your head, just use that. You drop yourself back down. Okay, we'll pause here as you inhale. Your arms are over your head. Exhale, bring your arms down by your sides. Find your anchoring. The tops of the shoulders, the upper arms, the mid section of you. Your smile. Inhale. And as you exhale, again, start to lift wherever you need to. You know, lift up nice and high if that's there for you. You push the feet down. Okay, I'm keeping the arms down by the side through this moment because as you exhale, we're going to lower down to about maybe 80%, 50%. Just hover above the floor and start to rock your hips side to side. So you're using your feet, maybe your hands. If you're not using your hands, turn them to face up so they're just like resting. Let's just do one more. Rocking your hips. And then pause without letting the tush drop to the floor. Well, you're going to release your glutes, but just hover above the floor, even if you're just like a centimeter above the floor. One more breath. And then lower yourself all the way down. Okay, let's take a windshield wiper intermission. Just rock side to side. Good. Okay, our next pose will be knees into chest. So as you're ready, you know, work it slowly if you need to. If you have some back stuff, you know, this can be super potent. You know, I'll tell you, it's also known as wind releasing pose because we're really working on the guts. So I'm just drawing them in. We're going to hang here for, you know, maybe 3 or 4 breaths. So if you want to wrap your arms nice and tight or just interlace your fingers or use your strap, whatever you need. Flex your feet a little bit. They don't need to be super strong. Soften to the floor as much as you can. The belly can start to soften. Mid back. Sense and feel. How can you use this pose to breathe, release, receive, to open? One more breath. Okay, open your arms out to the side. Let's drop these knees over to the right. If you need your prop, friends, just throw it in. We're just going to be in simple twist here. Turn the head very gently to the left. And again, sensing, breathing, feeling, softening. And you tune into the left side of your body, your left shoulder. How can you make all of that be a little heavier? And it comes from sensing and feeling and breathing. Okay. A few more breaths. So use this time. Okay. If you like to take your arms over your head here, I'm going to just take my arms over my head. And breathe a little more fully into the left side of your waist. Left side of your rib cage, left shoulder. Take one more full breath in as best as you can. And exhale. Things get restricted in this shape. Open your arms back out if you've taken them over your head. Find your way back onto your back and keep the feet on the floor. Pause here if you want a windshield wiper or just rock your knees side to side for a few moments. And then make your way over to the left. The knees go to the left, drop in, prop up. Head turns to the right, just very gently. Feel free to close your eyes. And just sensing and feeling your breath. Opening, freeing something. the right side of your body be as heavy as possible. If you'd like to take your arms over your head, do that. Breathing. One more breath. Finding your way back onto your back and find a few moments of release. So rocking the knees, windshield wiper, whatever you like. Good. Okay. So we're going to come up to sitting just to set up for our props, and you can roll to your side, or if you like a little rock and roll, take this, what's being offered in this time. Whatever works for you is perfect for me. Good. Okay. Well, that feels good. All right. So our first pose is going to be a Supta Baddha Konasana, and that's with the soles of the feet together, knees open. Okay. The bolster, everyone's going to do something a little differently, and I'm just going to show, we haven't done this for a little while, so I probably should take that blanket out. If you like to prop up your bolster so you have a higher height, then that's the option. And then you'll use blankets or pillows to put underneath your knees. And I'm not sure if everyone's at their house. If you don't have a bolster, you can do this pose without, just put a blanket and lie down. Okay, so you might take it smaller too. And I'm just going to keep my bolster flat on the ground and put a blanket support for under the head. So you have to make it really nice and comfortable for yourself, because we're going to rest here for about 5 minutes. Okay, so now's where you want to put your socks on. And if you did put a water glass out, you want to take a little sip of something and do that. Socks on, heating pads, all of that stuff. Okay. So take your time to make it nice. And here's the other thing, is to cover yourself. The body temperature drops when we rest in these poses. So if you need, make yourself maybe warmer than you think you're going to be. I'm digging this heating pad up at the neck. So, okay, and then you sit behind your bolster. If you have back stuff, I know some of you do, you don't have to sit right behind it. It can start at the bottom ribs. Okay, soles of the feet together, knees supported. Because I really like that. Good. Okay, and then hopefully you're comfortable and covered. Eye covering. Here's the thing, when we cover our eyes, make it dark, then the eyes aren't darting as much and they start to recede. So if you can cover your eyes. I also know that one of you for sure has a sandbag, and I know you might be in it already, but if it's handy and you want to rest that on your center line of your, from chest to navel, that might be really nice. Okay. So take your time, set up in a way that feels good. You might want, okay, here I'm going to say this too before I stop talking, is if you feel any pulling in your inner groins, give yourself more support so that you can really rest and just release yourself in this shape. Okay, I have one more thing. You might also want to wrap a blanket around your feet. If your feet tend to come apart, or sometimes that can be a nice thing too. Okay, I'm just going to double check everyone's good. Okay, and then resting deeply, sensing and feeling what efforts you need to put into this shape, so you can just allow yourself to rest on the beach of your own vacation. This is a vacation for the soul. Okay, so you might not hear me for a little bit, but I'm here. And just let you drop into your own experience. Staying as you are, scanning and sensing the place you're holding. Let the breath wash through you. Third eye heavy. Now just starting to lengthen very gently, lovingly, each part of your breath. Sensing the props beneath you, supporting you and holding you. As if your body is just snuggling in a little bit more deeply into this place of being held. And then as you feel ready, friends, you can start just by moving your fingers and maybe your toes. You're just going to extend the legs long, or you might just come to bent knees. Just changing the position of your hips, maybe lifting your hips up a little bit just to place them back down, just a way of opening something. And then being in whatever place you are for a few more moments. You change the breath. As you straighten the legs or lift your knees, feet on the floor, the breath will move up from the mid belly, low belly, or your upper chest area. Sensing that now. And before we move out of this, let your next inhalation drop you in from this place of heaviness. We'll bend the knees, feet to the floor, and you either roll yourself to one side or place the hands on the floor and just press yourself upright. Okay, once you come up, just sit for a moment. Maybe you close your eyes, rest your hands, just feel. So if you roll to the side, take your time and come up when you're ready. Okay, so we're going to move into twist over the bolster, the next pose. So we keep the bolster as it is, and you're probably going to take your blocks out. Okay, so if the bolster feels like it's not high enough for you, you could put 2 blocks underneath on either end just to lift it up, and you can also put your blanket on top of it, just to make a little bolster shape. So you'll see, you'll feel, and we'll just get into it, and then you'll come out and adjust. Okay. So I put the blanket on top. I know I'm going to want the heating pad. I'm going to put that there. And then maybe if you're using a blanket to cover yourself, then now you'll just kind of drape it over your legs. So it's there and you can pull it up. Okay, then the legs are just, knees over, maybe together, maybe apart, hands on either side of the bolster. And we'll start here just sitting. As you are, it's sitting with the hands on the floor. Turn your chest more to the right. Oh, I have my right hip here. So if you have your left hip, you turn to the left. And just be in the twist for a moment. You can really turn the left shoulder down. You feel that. And then on an exhalation, you lay yourself over the bolster. And here's where you feel, oh, maybe the bolster needs to move more to the left, to the right. I need more support. When you take your time, once you've figured out what would feel good, then let's keep the head facing same direction as your knees, even if you know you could turn it easily, just for a few moments. And then just be in this shape. You might change the position of your hip, your legs. And let the heart be heavy. Feel your breath. Good. And we're just going to do maybe 1 or 3 more breaths, depending on if you're just getting in. And then you'll pick yourself back up. You might keep your eyes closed. And turn your chest more to the right, if you have the right hip down. And then maybe the head will turn. You'll have your left temple, left cheek. But if that's no good, turning the head just completes the twist in some way. Not necessary. Okay, but you're at a comfortable place for your arms to be. And then once you're settled, and you might reach down and just pull that blanket over you. Kind of forgot about that. Do that. Okay. And just allowing yourself again to be very heavy as much as you can. If you'd like to take the next shape of your legs, and the bottom leg, so if you have the right hip, it's the right leg, we'll just stretch out to the side, and the left leg might just extend more down to the bottom. You could even walk it to the right if you like a nice big opening. Make it comfortable and grounding. So take these first few moments. If you need a blanket underneath your hip or anything else, just come up very gently, adjust, and then find your way back in. And we're here for another 3 or 4 minutes. I'll tell you that just so you know you have the space to explore, to sense, to feel, to breathe. Imagine, maybe a sandbag or weight to the back of your heart. Give into that, letting the heart space drop. Maybe your shoulders can relax a little more. Just taking your time, but in the next 1 to 5 breaths, if you turned your head to the right, just bringing it back now, or whenever you feel ready. So you have some time with the neck to just come back. And moving into your final few breaths, let it be as healing and nourishing, feeling into the heaviness of you supported. It's receiving all of that is being offered in this twist. So we're prepared to sit up, and again, do it in 1 to 5 more breaths. And when you're ready, let it be a nice inhale. Release the breath as much as you can through your exhalation. And then pause for 1 normal breath in and out. And when you're ready, just press yourself up and take your time. Just come to sit for a few moments. Probably going to turn away from your bolster. Just be in the quiet. If you've come to cross-legged, maybe go opposite cross. And then just let everything gently unwind. And you get to sense it and feel it. And feeling that weight of your sit bones here, evenness in your shoulders, evenness in your heart or body, not too much cat, not too much cow, just sensing the seat of the yogi. And then when you're ready, friends, you can keep your eyes soft, readjust your blanket if you use that, just press it over your feet, and you'll turn to, I have left hip now against bolster. Make it for yourself, and then start with your hands either side of the bolster. So we start the twist here, just turning your chest, maybe your head to the left, maybe even pressing the heart back, just creating some space. Pause for 1 more breath. If you're just getting in, take your time. You know where you're going. Lay down, and then take a moment to assess, is this good? And then you'll start with your head facing same direction as your knees. And we take these first few 3, 5 breaths. Let the body rest. Start to open. And at the same time, also you're feeling and sensing if you need any more support. And so anywhere from here to the next 5 breaths, you'll just press yourself up again and very gently twist a little bit more to the left. More of the belly, chest on the bolster, and maybe the head will turn now away from the knees. And you can feel if your legs need an adjustment. Maybe the bottom leg wants to extend out and the top leg extend down. That's also not that necessary. And cover yourself with your blanket. Find a place, comfortable place for your arms. And just dropping into your sensing, your feeling, your breathing, and your heaviness. You know, if you've been carrying a lot this week, and I think a lot of us have, then it's giving all of that permission to be, acknowledged, maybe released, maybe absorbed, validated. Whatever you need, whatever words you need, you bring them in. It's feeling that heaviness behind your heart space and using that to just ground you and release something a little more deeply. Just allowing your breath to expand. So taking your time, when you feel the time is right, you'll turn your head back if you turned it away. And again, just coming back to the breath, so knowing we're going to come out in a few. Start to lengthen, deepen the 4 parts of your breath in some way, almost like you're settling more deeply into the sand, the earth. And from that heaviness, as you feel ready, friends, you'll again press yourself up and just come to sit any way you like. Habitual cross, non-habitual is all fine. Just pause. Be in the unwinding, the expansiveness of your breath. And maybe in this sit, after you've kind of explored, find your best sit. I'm just going to take the arms and just reach them a little bit above the shoulders.
just to open, you know, just reach and feel the oscillation movement of your breath. Just open. You're open. Your heart is open. Your wings are open. And as you exhale, bring these hands together at your heart and bow your chin. So you really are in this place of devotion. And then release your hands, lift your chin, and open your eyes. Okay, so our next pose is going to be legs up the wall. If you don't have a wall space and you're just like, oh, I'm good where I am, then I'll just show you. I'm going to show you 3 different ways to do this. Okay, so I'm just going to move all the props. So the first way, if you don't have a wall nearby, no problem. You're just going to take your blocks and put your bolster on top, and then you'll just rest your calves on there. So it'll look like this. So with so the legs are up. Okay, so here's the 2 other ways we're going to do legs up the wall. You have a wall. Maybe have heart move our beautiful heart move. Okay, so the first way, if you didn't do much to open the legs, if your legs feel like they're not quite happy there, then I'm going to put the bolster. It's in the middle of my mat, and I'll use that just to support the head. So you kind of find, maybe it moves back, and then the legs will just be supported at the wall here. And you can also take your blanket, put it in the middle of my feet, just kind of wrap around the legs. Okay, so there's number 2. And here's number 3. If you feel you can get your legs, and they don't have to be right at the wall. But number 3 is I'm going to take the bolster. I'm going to put it close to the wall. I leave a little bit of space for my tail to drop. And then I'll put a block here for the head. And some of you might need 2 blocks depending on the length of your torso. You could put a blanket on top if you like a softer experience. Okay, put the heating pad in. Okay, so then what I'm going to do here is just sit on the bolster. It's very, very tight to the wall. I'm just going to shift myself forward. Might even roll to the side like we do. Okay, well, I'm just shimming. So I'm just letting my tush kind of drop. It's not touching the floor. And my legs are pretty much straight up the wall. So if that's not happy for you, you take any option you like. You wrap the legs up. That way they're going to stay together. You also cover the eyes. Get a support under your head. You can make it higher. This block could go higher if you're doing this. So everyone's doing something a little different, but we're getting those legs a little bit above the heart. And I'm just going to change the flow. If you have your legs up the wall, it's always kind of a fun moment just to look at your feet and your legs there, because you don't often see them. There, I'm going to take the arms out to the side. If you have shoulder stuff, you might even put another blanket or so, some support underneath your arms. Okay, so then take your time, friends, and explore. If you're doing something you haven't done, just take the time to make it comfortable. We're going to be here for about 5 minutes. If at any point it's too much, just let your feet rest at the wall or on the floor. So hope you're comfortable. And using all of those properties of sensing and feeling and breathing. Invite all of that in. You nourish your wellness. With your great presence and your softness. As you rest, if you also want to bring in a little bit of that checking for balance, imbalance, that might be helpful. And letting a nice full sigh escape from your lips or your nose is a way of
descending into this more deeply. Okay. Now staying as you are, and scanning and sensing, releasing, and then choosing to either stay here if you're very comfortable and things are unfolding for you. If you'd like to come down and move into Shavasana, and taking your time anywhere from now to the next 10, 20 breaths you have to decide what you'd like to do to seal this practice. And reminding yourself you're on a little soul vacation. What do you need right now? People are coming out, just give yourself permission to really move slow so you take the time to feel any dizziness or anything that's coming up. All normal. Just staying as you are, and I'll just take you through a quick little feel-good knee drop very quick. Sensing your sole of your right foot, the top of your right foot, your right ankle, right calf, back of right knee, back of right thigh, front of right hip, front of left hip, back of left thigh, back of left knee, back of left calf, left ankle, top of the left foot, sole of the left foot, soles of both feet, both legs, pelvic floor, low belly, mid belly, chest, base of the throat, back of your heart, right shoulder, right arm, right palm, heart space, hollow of your throat, left shoulder, left arm, left palm, both arms, your heart space, the hollow of your throat, your jaw, your right ear, left ear, third eye space, crown of your head, soles of your feet, crown of your head, back to your heart, whole body resting. And feeling yourself being breathed. Feel the earth beneath you, anything supporting you. Release yourself deeply into your shape. From the heaviness that is you at this moment, you may choose to stay in this rest. As you feel ready, beginning to move in a way that feels very conscious. Taking your time as you journey. Your legs are at the wall, you might bend the knees first, you might hug them into your chest. Eventually, we'll all roll to the side. And you'll take your time there before you come up. So move slow, friends. There's no rush, nowhere to go, nothing to do. no one to be. Just be. So you honor your stillness and you honor everything you've done up to this moment that has changed you in some way from whoever it was who entered into this class an hour ago to who is emerging and awakening, to sensing and feeling into this body, into the softness of your mind at this moment, softness in the muscles of your face, clarity of your breath. Taking the time in this sit. If you're coming to sit, if you're lying down, you can do the same thing. Just feel into the balance and the imbalance. And what can you adjust with your awakened mind into finding a sit that is supportive? And feel yourself take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, you'll bring these hands together in front of your heart space and bow your chin with great reverence and honoring for this practice, for showing up. And to that, friends, as you inhale, lengthen, lift your chin, and exhale this breath. So beautiful to have you all here. And then we'll seal this practice with our May We Be Blessed mantra. We're just going to send that out. Send it in, whatever you need. The words have resonated so deeply, as I've been saying them for me, hope for you, for us, globally, together. And here we are. We'll inhale, lengthen, release the breath completely, and inhale fully.
May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy.
Let's seal that prayer with an Om. Inhale. Bow your chin, take the length of your thumbs to rest along the center line of your forehead. Draw the skin of the forehead down slightly, let the shoulders drop. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Namaste. As you inhale, lift your head. As you exhale, breathe into your hands. Catch your sacred breath. Lift your chin, open your eyes, and offer this home. Bathe yourself with your cleansing breath, and we'll send it out. Yes, and we invite it back in. Thank you. Take it. And so much love and honoring for every single one of you. When I say I honor your practice and your presence, it's from my heart. I honor your practice and your presence. So enjoy this glorious Sunday, whatever you have on tap. So much love, guys. Be well, be well. Take care, everyone. Oh, hi, Pete.